We are now in the final segment for In My Own Words, Stephen Smith, Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Before I go even deeper, folks, let me remind you, if you crave Crimson Tide football, you are a diehard Alabama fan, you want all things Tide football, you want Nick Saban and this program in the palm of your hands, I greatly encourage you to download the Touchdown Alabama Magazine app. Fantastic app right there. For all my Android people, Google Play. Go to the Google Play Store, download Touchdown Alabama Magazine app. For the iPhone guys out there, the iPhone App Store. If you got the iPhone, the iPad, the iPod, iTunes, whatever, the iPhone App Store for the iPhone, the Google Play Store for the Android. You got to get Touchdown Alabama Magazine, the app, all Crimson Tide at the palm of your hands. But this weekend, yours truly, I will be at Bryant-Denny Stadium as the Crimson Tide will host the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns under head coach Billy Napier. 11 a.m. Central Time kickoff. We get into now 5 players that I am putting on the clock for the Crimson Tide in this matchup. And the first one, defensive end Raekwon Davis. Raekwon Davis is playing good this year. I mean, he's playing within the Alabama system. Last season, we all knew how talented he was. He's a massive human being, a giant sequoia, if you will. It's 6'7", 316 pounds. But at times, Nick Saban would get frustrated with Raekwon because he would make plays for Raekwon and not playing within the assigned system, playing the assigned play. This year, he is playing within that system, and because he's not putting up the jaw-dropping numbers he had in 2017, people are asking the question, what's going on with Raekwon? He's falling off. He's not beastly. He's not doing the things he did last year to make us love him. What's going on with Raekwon? There's not a problem with Raekwon. What's going on is he had a huge year last season down the stretch, and after the year he had in 2017, he opened up the offseason going into the summer, everybody putting him in first-team All-SEC, first-team All-American. He's up for Chuck Benderek Award, Bronco Nagurski Award. He's on all these preseason watch lists, and when all the offensive minds are going back to watch the film on Raekwon, and they're watching him on all these preseason award watch lists, they're telling their entire staff, they're telling their players, okay, we can't let 99 beat us. We can deal with what 92 Quentin Williams may do. We can deal with what 49 Isaiah Buggs may do. We cannot let 99 Davis beat us. That's the guy we're assigning a double team to. That's the guy we're assigning help on the block. We can deal with everybody else. But 99, Raekwon, the guy that got shot in the leg last year to start the season, still played, we're not letting him beat us. Raekwon in 2017, 69 tackles, 10 of those for loss, had 8.5 sacks, which was the team high, 2 quarterback hurries. So far this season, Davis, 13 tackles, 1.5 tackles for loss. He does have 5 quarterback hurries. So although he's not getting the sacks we're used to seeing so far, he's still affecting the quarterback. 5 quarterback hurries. He's still getting into the backfield. And the fact that Raekwon's drawing double teams, it's helped the emergence of Quentin Williams, who's been great this season, blowing things up, but it also helped for Isaiah Buggs to have the game he had against Texas A&M on last week, 7 tackles, 3.5 of those for loss, and a career-high 3 sacks. So the more Isaiah Buggs and Quentin Williams eat, now offensive minds are going to go, well, we got to stop 92, and we got to stop 49, which opens the door back up for the giant sequoia in Davis to eat again. So I'm putting Raekwon on the clock simply because he started to grow, down the stretch last year. We have reached a part of the season now. We finished a quarter of the season. Now we've reached the part where we're in the meat of the schedule. Because after Louisiana, you've got Arkansas, Missouri, Tennessee, LSU. Now we're starting to get into the meat of the schedule. And once we hit that part, you're going to see 99 rise back up. Raekwon Davis, get back to those numbers. Raekwon Davis, get back to doing those beastly things. He's playing within the system. He's affecting the quarterback, being double teamed right now, but we're in the meat of the schedule. I expect a big game from Davis this week as he gets ready to go on a run that I anticipate him having. But he's number one. At number two, guy I'm putting on the clock here, sticking with the defensive side, linebacker Mack Wilson. Wilson's playing good so far. He's playing decent. He's playing well. This season, 15 tackles, 3 pass breakups. Does have 4 quarterback hurries. He's affecting the passing game. Did record an interception against Texas A&M, his 5th of his career. So far, he has captained the defense that's given up 12.8 points per game. It's given up 325 yards per game. That number will drop as he continues to get comfortable calling the schemes and running the defense. And he's captained a group that has allowed opposition to convert just 25% of third downs through 4 games. Mack Wilson's been pretty good. It's been decent. He's played pretty well. Last season, we're talking 40 to 41 tackles, 4 interceptions, including a pick 6 off the arm of Kelly Bryant in the Sugar Bowl, helping Alabama defeat Clemson 24-7. It's been good, but like all inside linebackers at Alabama under the Nick Saban regime, and we're talking about from Rolando McClain to Donta Hightower to C.J. Mosley to Reggie Ragland to Reuben Foster to Sean Deion Hamilton, Rashaan Evans. They all know at some point, or they all knew at some point, I got to ratchet up my play. I got to step up my level of play. I got to emerge and really, really take this group to the next level. I mean, Mack Wilson even said it himself that Alabama has not reached its full potential yet this season, but it starts with him. He's got to be able to not just play the passing lanes, as he's done well so far with that, but also fill in gaps on run plays. Now, luckily for him and Dylan Moses, Kellen Mond of Texas A&M might be the most athletic, mobile, dual-threat quarterback Alabama will face all year in the regular season. As far as the postseason, where SEC championship is concerned, should Georgia get back in there, which more than likely they will, Jake Fromm can move, but he is not as mobile, giftedly mobile, as Kellen Mond is. And in the college football playoff, depending on whom Alabama draws, that waits to be seen. But as far as the regular season, Kellen Mond might be the lone really dynamic quarterback, feet-wise, mobility-wise, Alabama will face this season in terms of Mack Wilson. So for Mack, it's now time to ratchet up, step up your level of play. You've been good so far. You've been decent so far. But Alabama expects improvement. Alabama expects better. Alabama expects a standard. Alabama wants you to come up hither. And to start this week against Louisiana, Mack Wilson got to come up hither. He's number 2. Number 3, going to the offensive side now in terms of my guys on the clock, Ross Pierschbacher at center. I mentioned in the previous segment on the offensive line the struggles it's got thus far being able to establish the run game. Pierschbacher has started the last 3 seasons at left guard prior to this year. 2015 through 2017, he's played at left guard. That's 42 career games. He's helped produce 3 1,000-yard seasons, one from Derrick Henry in 2015, to which Henry had a 2,000-yard season. 2,219. And the two more recent 1,000-yard years coming from Damian Harris, 2016, and then, of course, last season. Pierce Baker has helped produce 29 100-yard rushing performances in his career. 29. The latest one, Najee Harris against Arkansas State, 135 yards rushing, a career high. The big picture for Ross and putting him on the clock is don't just be concerned about the snap. Also, get everybody around you ready. Brent Key, offensive line coach, I've mentioned it, has been off his rocker this week. He's a talkative guy, but he has been yelling, screaming all week, trying to convey to this offensive group, you got to play with that nastiness to you. You got to get that mean streak in you, because there's going to come a point to where the defense, as great as Tua has been so far and Hawaiian Punch has been doing his thing, there's going to come to a point where defenses will be prepared for Tua Tagovailoa. And you're going to have that running game hit them with that Cantana. You're going to have that running game go off. You're going to have these guys put a cat on a cat, block a hat on a hat, drive folks off the football, man block, gap block, zone block, whatever you're going in, and get these guys, these running backs, into the second and third level of a defense. So for Ross Pierschbaker, more than just the snap. Get these guys ready to play on the offensive line, as well as you handle your assignment upon the ball being snapped. Ross Pierschbaker, my third guy on the clock. Fourth guy on the clock for the Crimson Tide, sticking with offense, wide receiver Jalen Waddle. He scores this week. This young man should have 3 to 4 touchdowns already, if not for silly block in the back penalties. This man would have 3 to 4 touchdowns right now. He's averaging 15.11 yards per punt return. He's already made special teams exciting again. I mean, last year, we're wondering, can anybody just catch the football, please? I mean, you don't even have to take a step forward. Just catch the ball. Just look the ball in and grab it. And now you look at Jalen Waddle. He's on the verge of taking it to the house every single time. So he's already made special teams exciting. My thing is, can we get the brother into the end zone without it being negated, without it being called back, and he's wasted all of that breadth and all of that leg movement there. So for Jalen Waddle, getting him into the end zone this week. He's got 8 catches so far as a receiver for 126 receiving yards, but got to get this young man into the end zone this week because of how much of a game changer he is. And I think this is the week against the Raging Cajuns, he gets into the painted grass for a touchdown. Waddle, my fourth guy. Fifth and final guy here on the clock for the Crimson Tide in terms of facing the Raging Cajuns, punter Skylar DeLong. He's not J.K. Scott. He's not, okay? J.K. is in the class by himself, still booming meteor shots now that he's in the National Football League with the Green Bay Packers. But this is not to say that Skylar DeLong is not capable. I mean, Bama just did not grab him out of a random list at the bottom part of a hat. I mean, this guy was a top punting prospect nationally for this 2018 class. He's very capable. Nick Saban mentioned the young man is capable. Coaching staff has got to put him in comfortable, confident situations. The big thing for him is just get the ball off on time. Just get the punt off on time. Your job, Skylar DeLong, get the snap, get the punt off, trust your gunners. You got Henry Ruggs flying 100 miles per hour down that punt. You've got Daniel Wright flying 100 miles per hour to knock somebody's head off. You got all of these talented 4 and 5 and some 3-star gunners running down the field. Trust those guys to get down there to cover the kick. Your job, Skylar DeLong, put that thing in the air. Get some hang time on that ball. Put that thing in the air. That's for Skylar DeLong to do. And he has the capability of doing that. Just got to get it done this week, starting this week, against the Raging Cajuns. So, Going back through my 5 again, putting these guys on the clock here. Number 1, defensive end, Raekwon Davis. He's been double-teamed the first quarter of the season, but this starts the second quarter. This starts the meat of the schedule to where, hey, you start doubling up Quentin and Isaiah Buggs, 99, Giant Sequoia. He's going to come out, start eating again. Raekwon, number 1. Number 2, Mack Wilson, linebacker. It's been decent, but now it's time to ratchet up. Step up that level of play, young man. Number 3, offensive lineman, center, Ross Pierschbaker. Don't just be concerned about the snap. Get everybody in line. Get yourself in line to block your guy. Let's get this run game going. Number 4, wide receiver, Jalen Waddle will get a touchdown this week. This man's due for one. He's due to see the painted grass. Let's get him in there without it getting called back for a flag. Number 5, Skylar DeLong, punter. Just get him comfortable. Get the ball in the air, Skylar. Let the Gunners do their thing. Alabama, Louisiana, Raging Cajuns this week. 11 o'clock a.m. Central Time. Yours truly will be in the mix for all of us here at Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Enjoy your weekend. I'm your man, Stephen M. Smith. Until next week, this has been In My Own Words. Enjoy the game. So long, everybody.